Your online fitness business will not grow unless you are comfortable with reaching out to people and having conversations around the services that you provide. In today's video, I want to break down what I think is the absolute best relationship building strategy using outreach for you to use. If you feel slimy, if you feel reaching out and having conversations with complete strangers is kind of weird, trust me, this video is going to be perfect for you. If you're new here, my name is William and I teach online fitness coaches just like you how to start, grow, and scale their online fitness business without making crazy viral videos, having a massive social following, or spending a single dime on paid advertising. So if you'd like to grow your business and keep as much money as possible while making as much money as possible, this channel is for you. There are 5 effective steps or strategies or kind of benchmarks that you want to focus around when it comes to building relationships using outreach. So we're talking about messaging people on Instagram or a Facebook group, or reaching out to people who have been commenting on your YouTube channel, if you're able to do that in some sneaky way. But regardless, any type of DMing or messaging based off of the content that you are putting out, this is what we're going to be breaking down. Now, the first big critical component to doing good relationship building through outreach is having something to give away for free. I make content every single week, both for this business and my fitness business. That is free content that I am putting out. If you don't have any kind of content creation strategy or putting free content out there for people to consume and enjoy and get results from, you're missing a massive piece of the puzzle. Now, I'm gonna go a little bit further and tell you to have some kind of free giveaway that goes along with your content. This is going to level up the value that these viewers are seeing in your material that you keep putting out. Now, what are these free giveaways or free gifts? It's going to come down to you offering a quick win to the people who are viewing your content that they can take behind closed doors, go through, get a result from, and feel good about what they are doing with your specific brand. So the first step in starting conversations, building relationships with people is, one, to have free content, but 1A or 1B is to have a free gift that they can take for free, utilize, get results, and actually feel like what you are providing them is actually valuable. Now, these free gifts can be a simple PDF, it can be a checklist, it can be a cheat sheet, it can be a workshop, it can be a webinar. Regardless of what it is, don't just talk about the who or the what. Give the how. Show someone how to get a specific result. Don't just fluff their feathers up and tell them that they're gonna deliver all this amazing things and then put a paywall behind any value that they can actually get from that free gift. Please, 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 find something small, create a product, a simple PDF checklist, even a very small mini course that you can give away for free that will get them a very specific result. Doesn't have to be the big thing, but focus on something small that they can get a result from and feel good about it. So you've got your content, you've got your free giveaway. Now it's time to do long game conversations. Now, the way I use this in my own business, and I'll just use one isolated platform, is Instagram, right? What I do is have a habit of reaching out to new followers and just saying, hey, thanks for following me. If there's anything I can help you with, feel free to reach out. Period. And that's it. I don't try to say, hey, nice dog, do you want to buy my products? I don't do that type of stuff. I'm trying to think more long game with these relationships. Just saying hi, high-fiving someone, shaking their hand, recognizing, saying, hey, I see that you followed me. Thanks for the follow. And that's it. This is what I call a long game conversation starter. You're not trying to get them into a sales call. You're not trying to pitch them a product. You're not trying to force them onto some kind of email list. You're just saying hi. Now, what you want to do is look at all the platforms that you are on. Now, if you've seen other videos that I've put out, specifically this one here, I talk about the importance of finding one solid platform and going all in on that platform. What you want to do is maximize your ability to conversate, or at least start conversations with people who are viewing your content. So this might be the comment section, it might be a messaging feature, it might be just being able to go onto their profile, commenting something or messaging them on their own personal profile, whatever it might be. You want to make sure that you are on a platform creating content where you can actually have these conversations. This is a really important part I want to kind of hit timeout on. A part of growing your business is conversations, right? A part of conversations or starting conversations or being able to have have conversations is having people watching and viewing your content. It's a part of your business. Now, if you're not sure if that part of your business is running successfully or if it's set up correctly, I want to encourage you to go grab my free guide. It's called my 730 Fitness Business Formula. I'm going to give you the 7 most important things that your online business needs to have to make the first $5,000 a month or $25,000 a month. You need to have these 7 things in place if you want a thriving and scalable online business. The cool thing is, I know you're busy, you probably have a family, you're probably working full time. You may not be full time online in your fitness business just yet, which is why you only need 30 minutes a day to work on these things. Hence the name 730 Fitness Business Formula. So if you have an online business and you're not sure if it's pieced together correctly, just go grab that free guide and you can say, hey, do I have this? Do I have this? Do I have this? Yes, yes, no, no, yes. Then you can only focus on those no's that you don't have running successfully, and then you'll see how your business starts to turn and work like a machine. Go to thewillrichards.com/7day, grab that free guide, it's yours. Now let's jump back in. Which leads me to my third point. You want to make sure that you are using a platform that you can follow the comments and the views and the engagement that's happening with your free content. Another good example of this is Instagram, right? You can see the stories, you can see who has viewed your stories, you can see who has commented or voted on different polls that you might have in your stories. You can see this stuff. And the other part of that is you can see their profiles as well. So you can click on their name, you can see their profile, whether they're following you or not following you. But regardless of that, you can message these people. And this is where you can start that long game conversation strategy. So if they've commented on a piece of content or they just have viewed it, right? Not a lot of people like to comment on stuff. They'd rather just view it from a distance. Well, you can see and track these views. You can see the people who are watching your content. And a great thing to do when you see someone viewing your content is say, hey, thanks for checking out my content. I hope it provides value, period. I'm not selling a product. I'm not trying to get them into a sales pitch. I'm not trying to get them onto a call. All I'm doing is acknowledging that I see them. I see that they're watching my content, and I really hope that it's providing value. Now, you can change this conversation up. What I suggest that you don't do is try to get them onto some kind of call or sales pitch or start being pushy with what you're trying to sell. Again, you're reaching out to them. They're just watching your content, which is free content. They didn't necessarily reach out to you and start the conversation. So always be in a standoff type of position where you are giving them control. You just want them to know that you see them and that you're there to provide more value when they're ready. Now, this fourth step or process that I'd like to utilize is where you start to cash in on this long game conversation strategy. So if you've been following these points, the first one is just saying, hey, thanks for following me, because they're a new follower, right? You're reaching out, hey, thanks for following me. I appreciate the follows. Anything I can help you with, just reach out. Period. Done. Moving on. Then you are going through the weekly posting that you're doing and you're seeing the views and oh, you see Tyler, he viewed your content. Not only did you message him to welcome him into your profile, but you've also now are seeing him view your content. You're going to click on his name. You're going to message him. Hey man, thanks for checking out my content. I hope it provided you value. Any questions on it? Let me know. Period. That's it. Leaving him alone. So you've messaged him once. You've messaged him twice. So you've messaged him once as a new follower. You've messaged him as a viewer of your content at least once. Now, the third time you message someone, I believe you have all the right to reach out and dig a little bit deeper into what they are there to get from your account. You're not doing it the day one, you're not doing it week 2. You're giving it some time for them to follow you, watch your content. But once you start seeing this person's name or profile pop up on your views, your metrics that you have or you're able to measure on your social media platform, now you're gonna reach out and say, hey, Tyler, how's your back pain doing? Even if they didn't say anything to you, but usually at this point, you've reached out to them twice, they've probably have said something. Most of the time when I reach out to someone and say, hey, thanks for checking out my content, would love to know what you're here to get more information on. Usually they will say, oh, I've got an L5-S1 disc bulge, I've had a fusion, I've had back pain for years. They will tell me what they're here to do. I don't start a conversation, I don't try to sell them. I say, awesome, you're in the right place. Keep keep checking out my content. But as they continue to check out my content, what I'm gonna do is reach back out and say, hey, I'm going through the list of all the people who have viewed my most recent post. I see Tyler, reach out to Tyler. Hey, Tyler, you've been checking out my content for a month now. How's your back pain doing? He's gonna say, oh man, you've got some great tips, but I still seem to be struggling with my pain. This is an opportunity for you to take hold of this fourth major component of building relationships using outreach. Because now he's been downloading, watching, and absorbing all the free value that you've been giving. Now it's time to step in and say, hey, you shouldn't be struggling. If you do feel like you are, tell me about it. What's going on? What have you tried? Have you ever worked with somebody? Are you looking to get more one-on-one help? You've built a reputation with Tyler in this situation to not be pushy, to be almost more standoff, like you've got a lot of important things to do, and chasing him to give you his credit card is not what is the most important to you right now. But you've been building this relationship, you've been reaching out in a passive way, building this long game conversation strategy, and now you're at a point where he's still frustrated, you are still the expert, he knows that because he's been watching your content, and now you can start a conversation around potentially getting more help. Now this segues into the fifth and final point, right? This whole time, if you've been following this strategy, you haven't given him a sales pitch, you're not pushing any products down his throat, you're not pushing him towards some kind of weird 2-hour-long webinar where you just talk about theory and all these things that you can do for him, but don't ever actually give him something that he can take action on to get a result for his 2 hours of time. Don't do that. Like at this point in the conversation, again, you've earned his trust. You have reached out to him in a passive way. Now he's starting a conversation, and this is the best time for you to start engaging with him, asking him questions about his background, asking him questions about what he is struggling with, which will now lead to some type of sales conversation. Now, I'm gonna save the sales DMing conversation or the sales scripting for another video that you'll be seeing here in the next week or so. So I'm not gonna dig too deep into that right now, but this is when you have full reason and ability and freedom to offer your services, and you have to pitch them your services. You can't just be reaching out, having a bunch of friendly conversations with hundreds of people every week and every month and never actually ask for the sale. This is the biggest issue that I see with a lot of people is they do the conversations, right? They say hi, they heart and like their dog videos, they say, hey, thanks for the follow, hope you like my content, but they don't really kind of take it to the next place. What they do is say, hey, they had this massive long scripted, text that they just copy and paste, and they just think, okay, if I just do this to 100 people, someone's bound to buy my stuff. And you don't want to take that strategy. Have these real conversations, and you can actually train VAs to do this type of stuff. I personally still do the majority of my conversations. There is some follow-up that I've delegated out to a VA, but ultimately, if you do things a very specific way and you're having very gentle conversations with people, by the time the conversation has gone down the road of where now they are still stuck, they are conversating with you, explaining their problem, I suggest that you take over as a professional, as the expert, and walk them through the final stages of maybe getting on a call with you or digging into their details. Now, I'm not saying that you can't eventually delegate that as well. Train someone to speak like you, to conversate like you, to ask the right questions, which takes time to train someone to do that. But at this point in the conversation, you have built a reputation with them. They trust you, and it is free game to offer your services. So you would not be serving them well by not saying, hey, if you are interested, if you need more help, I work with people one-on-one all the time. Here's a product, here's a one-on-one coaching application. If you are ready to take action, if you're serious about getting help, feel free to fill out an application. Grab a time for us to have a live conversation, and let's just see if what I do can actually help you. That is the step-by-step process. That's the long game conversation strategy that will grow your business, that will give you a reputation of not salesy, throwing things down people's throats, but actually genuinely caring about where people are in their process, in their journey. And when they are ready, when they have done things on their own and viewed you from a distance and they are still struggling, you can come in a friendly way and say, hey, I see that you still need help. Let me help you. And then they're willing to do it. Not everybody, but people will be more open to have conversation and hear what you have to offer. Before you run off, make sure you go grab that 730 Fitness Business Formula. If you have an online business, you're not sure if it's set up correctly to make the money that you want to make, whether that's your first $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, or $40,000 a month, this is a simple free guide that you can take, download, and I'm gonna give you the 7 most important things that you need to have in your business to be successful online. 730 Fitness Business Formula. The cool thing is you're probably busy, you probably have a family. Again, you don't need a ton of time to work on these things. That's why it's called my 730. The 30 stands for 30 minutes only, which means all you need to devote is 30 minutes a day to these specific 7 things to grow and be working on the part of your business that will mean the most to your bottom line. Go to thewillrichards.com/7day. Go grab that free guide at thewillrichards.com/7day. Thank you for watching. God bless, and I will see you on the next episode.